Hello tubers, this is Kurt with Edibles and Exotics coming to you from sunny Mesa, Arizona, and today I'm going to do an update video on the Black Mission fig tree that we trimmed way back in, I think it was December. So here we are 4 months later, and you can see the kind of growth we're getting here. I told you guys it's not going to kill the tree. So this is all first year growth. More than likely we're not going to get any figs on this year, but it's doing awesome. So hopefully it completely fills out, leaves out, and shades this side of my house, because the sun shines down from this side and it really beats the heck out of the side of the house, makes it really hot and raises my energy bills. So this tree, it serves multiple purposes. It shades the house, cools the house, gives us fruit, helps me make money by propagating. So I'll get you in real quick here. We'll just do a quick once over. You can see the kind of growth that's coming out, and then we'll head to the backyard and I'll show you some of the fig cuttings that we rooted out. So as you can see, it's putting out a ton of growth from the top all the way to the bottom, and it actually kind of looks cool instead of just being a lanky kind of bushy thing. It's kind of neat. So we got a lot of growth coming out of the bottom, out of the sides. You know, there's multiple branches coming out at different spots. So as you can see in here, you know, there's like 3 branches coming out. And like I said in the other video, guys, when you trim them like this, you're getting more second year growth. So next year we should have a prolific fig harvest. And since it's lower to the ground, it should be a lot easier to harvest. Should get a lot less thieves as far as birds go. And by doing this, we should get rid of any sort of scale insect or aphids. All right, guys, so we're back here in the backyard, and this is our fig rack here. So this is where we did all our small and medium cuttings, and I've already potted up 1 bin. I've been trying to find all the free time I can to make grow bags. So I do 9-inch grow bags, which when sewn up are about 6 inches tall and 6 inches wide. And since they're in pearlite, and they got a lot of leaves, they dry out daily. So I got to completely soak these bins every day when I get home from my 9-to-5 job. They get completely soaked, and usually by the next day, by afternoon, they're pretty dry already. The leaves don't wilt because they are in the shade, and they're very densely packed in there. And so basically, like I said, I got 1 bin potted up last night. I'll show you those. They started to wilt a little bit, even though they're in the shade. It's just very dry and a little breezy out. I think it was close to 100 degrees yesterday. It's supposed to be that hot today, so they're going to stay in full shade until they stop wilting, and then we're going to transition them to partial sun probably in the next week to 2 weeks. So I'm going to do 2 more bins on video today. And I'll show you exactly how I do that. It's not crazy. It's just try to get them out without damaging roots as much as possible. It's damn near impossible, but they usually recover. You just gotta, once you put them in the pots, you just gotta keep moist. So keep moist, keep them in the shade, try to keep them out of the wind if possible. I might actually put plastic around, I have them underneath a patio table. So I might try to put plastic around that just to hold a little bit more moisture in, just so they don't transpire so much and wilt. So I'm going to get you in here. I'll show you the medium-sized cuttings, and then I'll show you some of the larger cuttings, which I think I've got like maybe 7 or 8 of those to root out and put out top growth. But the others, they're still sitting there under plastic and shade cloth. They haven't done anything yet. Some of them, when I lift the bags up, I can see roots hanging out, so I know they're doing something. But top growth wise, they haven't done much. And then I'll show you the fig sprigs. Those have been potted up now for geez, probably like 2 months, and they're doing awesome. So let's get you in here, and I'll show you exactly what these guys look like. All right, so these were kind of smaller cuttings. You could see they were just little sticks, and a lot of these guys have leaves, some of them don't. The first bin I potted up, I wound up with 4 that didn't have any roots or anything, but they still had green cambium, so they weren't dead. I put those back in another bin, and we're going to try to root those out. And then I had 4 that had some roots, very little top growth, but I potted those up anyway, just because I don't want to put them back in the bin and then try to take them out again and break more roots. So here's some more bins. The apples are in the back. I don't know if you can see those. Let me see if I can get you in there. There's some of the apples. Looks like we had a 50-50 success rate with those. These are some mulberries and lemon tree, sorry. This bin here, I discovered that it wasn't draining, so some of those might be dead. Some of them are still alive. Poke some holes in there. Let it drain out. We'll see what happens. There's some more mulberry cuttings, and then there's another bin back there. Here are the figs that I potted up last night. And as you can see, they're a little wilty, but they should bounce back. It shouldn't be a problem. You know, they're in the shade. Like I said, I might put some plastic around here just to hold some of that humidity in. We got some, these are the 2 bins here that I'm going to pot up in this video. You can see they have lots of roots in there, both bins. All right, there's probably, I think I counted like 30 between the 2. And as you can see, some of them have not done anything, but if you scratch them, you still get that green cambium layer. So this one here, he has no growth, but you can see he's got a green bud right there. So it should be good. A lot of these guys, they do have figs. We're going to leave those figs on there. You can see fig, there's one in the back. All right. All right, this is where I keep my figs over here. It's nice and shady. We got this orange tree, and you know, there's a big ficus. We got a papaya, a whole bunch of stuff, giving them somewhat shade for most of the day. So we got a whole bunch of different types in here. There's some black missions, some black Madeiras, brown turkey, white Italian, all sorts of figs. So these guys here, these are the fig sprigs, as you can see. These were the ones that I started in the previous video in a glass of water, and they're all doing pretty good. The stuff on top is sugar cane ground up. I grind up my sugar cane with a chipper shredder, and I use that for mulch on the top. It holds in moisture. It allows it to water really good, distribute the water really good, so they stay nice and moist, and it also breaks down and adds nutrients to the soil. So here's another one here. These are all brown turkeys from last year. This one here is the blackjack right here. Right there. Let's see. Blackjack. This is the one I potted up. It was the air layer in the other video. He's doing pretty good. And we got another air layer over here, and then there's some in the back. Let's go over to the big fig cuttings over here. So these are the ones that we did off that same tree. These are all black mission. So as you can see, they're putting out quite a bit of growth. These are the ones that I've rooted out. Not all of them have yet, or well, they haven't put on top growth, I should say. But as you can see, these things are pretty big, and they're getting some pretty decent growth. All right, so this doesn't look like much, but this is shade cloth with some painter's plastic underneath it, and this is where I keep my cuttings because it does get a little sunny here. So if we peel this back, I just watered these, and that's basically what they look like. You know, there's a whole bunch in here. It just keeps going and going and going. All the big ones. Some of them split. Couldn't tell you why, but there's some splits in there. Remember, I painted the tops of these so they don't lose too much moisture, but if you scratch these guys, well, let me see, let me find one that I could scratch easily. All right, I'm back with the razor blade. Let's see here. So if you scratch these guys, right there, see that? It's still green. So it's still alive. That one, not so much, but I'm sure if we go down, they will. Sometimes these will dry out from the top, but they'll still put out roots from the bottom. So it's not a big deal. You know, if, like I said in the other video, if even half of these don't grow, no big deal. I just pull the sticks out, throw them in the yard for mulch, and then I reuse the bags in the dirt. So no loss. The only loss is my time that I spent potting them up and watering them. So it's just how things go sometimes, guys. All right, so now I'm going to show you guys how I pot these up. So you got to make sure you got something to put them in on hand. All right, you don't want to get these guys. Make sure you count them, and you know, I got more than enough of these made to do both bins. So basically, all I do with these, put it on concrete so I can reuse this perlite. I just gently shake it. Let the perlite fall out. I'll turn it around. Give it a little squeeze. You just want to loosen all of the roots from the sides of the container. All right, because if these guys aren't loose, you're going to break the roots. Then just shake it out as one big mat. All right. And then all we're going to do is just keep jiggling it until we can get, there you go. That one did nothing. So we're going to save him. We're going to put him on the side. This one here, same thing. No growth. Scratch it. It's probably dead. This one here, again, that's got a little green bud down here. So this one's not dead. But if we scratch it with our fingernail, it's still green. That one's probably good still. So we just want to keep working these guys. Oh, here's another one. Not dead, but still got green. We're going to put those back in another bin. Sometimes they take a little longer than others to root out. Here's another. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far. Here's another, 6. I think there's one right here too. Nope, he's rooted out. All right. So that's what we're looking for, guys. You see all those roots? This guy is ready to pot up. These will wilt, like I said. Unless you have a greenhouse or something you can put them in to keep the humidity up, these are going to wilt. So we want to get this guy. Well, we'll put him over here for now. We'll start a rooted pile. And we just want to keep jiggling these guys. Here's another one. No roots. Okay. There we go. Give them a little jiggle, a little bounce. Try not to damage the roots too much. Sometimes the roots grow into each other and you don't have a choice. All right. Good root growth. Put him in the good pile. Good root growth. We'll put him in the good pile. Here's another one right here. No growth. So like I said, these guys that don't have roots yet, they are not done for. We're going to re-bin them up and get them going. Here's another one. Good root growth. Good root growth. So far, what do we have? 5. Here's another one. Awesome root growth on that. That's 6. Another one. 7. Good root growth. 8. 9. Nothing. And this one here. That one looks like it rooted out all the way up. All right, so we got a lot out of that bin. So we're going to do the exact same thing for the other bin. But for now, let's get you over to the table, and we'll show you how to pot these up. All right, so we're over here at the table. We got our grow bags. We got our world-famous Stay Green potting mix. And basically all I do is I just fill up a little bit of the bottom of the bag. So probably about to there. All right. We'll get one of our cuttings all rooted out. We'll put them in there, and we want these pretty close to the bottom, so we want to fill probably about up to here with soil, just so they're anchored in there really good and we don't have to stake them or anything. And that's it. Just hold it very gently, don't push down, don't wiggle, and just dump your soil in. I usually do this in the wheelbarrow, so I'm making an absolute total mess, but it's not a big deal. You just sweep it right into the wheelbarrow. Give the bag a little jiggle to kind of settle it. All right, then we're just going to push gently. Not crazy, just gently around the sides here. Just to anchor that cutting in place. We don't want to push around the base, just on the sides. Top it up with some soil, give it a jiggle, make sure it stands up good, and that's it. We got our fig cutting. So this guy, he's going to go in the shade. He's going to stay out of sun for about 2 weeks at the very least. He's going to get watered, and we're going to make sure this guy stays nice and moist all day, every day, for the next 2 weeks. All right, guys, so that's one of those bins completely potted up. And the first bin, this one here, he was the one that had the roots all the way up, so I put him in a 12-inch grow bag. And then we have up here the other bin. We're going to get that potted up. And then in the background there, all the other bins that we're going to get potted up, but I don't have enough grow bags made for those. So guys, I hope that video was helpful to you, informative. You know, like I said in the other videos, I'm just trying to show you guys how things actually grow, how much time it actually takes. I'm not going to BS you. I just want you to know, everything takes time and good things come to those who wait. So that's basically it for the figs. As far as updates go, I might do another update on the actual tree itself to show you maybe towards the end of the summer how much growth it put on. But as for the fig cuttings, that's really it. Like I said, biggest thing is, if you're doing them in bins like I do, once you put them into pots, you got to give yourself another 2 weeks or so for them to recuperate from the surgery of moving them from one container to another. So just full shade and wait until the leaves stop wilting. Keep them moist, very moist. They don't want to sit in mud. They do need air getting to their roots. They're going to go anaerobic and start rotting on you. So just make sure they got good drainage, keep them moist. If you have a greenhouse, you can throw them in the greenhouse and that'll help immensely. If not, you can do what I'm doing and maybe put them underneath a table like that and put some plastic around it. And then, just leave one side open because they do need airflow or they're going to start to rot on you too. And that's basically it, guys. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. If I missed anything or wasn't very good at explaining something, I'll be more than happy to explain it to you. These guys, since I potted them up now, we got 2 weeks until they're recovered, probably another month until they're ready to be sold. They really got to be able to put on some top growth and withstand full sun before I'll even consider selling them. I'm not going to sell someone a plant that's going to die, unlike a lot of other nurseries out there. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, hit the bell, tell all your friends. And until the next video, guys, keep growing.